Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Roosevelt University's 163rd Commencement Ceremony. I'm Corey Williams, Associate Provost for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. To honor our graduates, please rise and remain standing during the processional performed by the Chicago College of Performing Arts Orchestra, conducted by Dr. Emanuel Andrisi. Now entering the theater, the Roosevelt University faculty. Next, students receiving bachelor's degrees will enter the theater through aisle number 2, to my left, your right. Students receiving master's degrees will enter the theater through aisle number 3, on my right, your left. Now entering candidates for master's and bachelor's degrees from the College of Education. The master's degree candidates are led by banner carriers Connie Kim and Angel Morales, carrying the college's processional banner. The bachelor's degree candidates are led by banner carriers Erica Cote and Rachel Duran, carrying the college's processional banner. Now entering candidates for master's and bachelor's degree from the College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy. The master's degree candidates are led by banner carriers Shadi Hassan and Salome Osakue, carrying the college's processional banner. The bachelor's degree candidates are led by banner carriers Grace Hahn and Rachel Vinson, carrying the college's processional banner. Now entering candidates for the master's and bachelor's degrees from the Walter E. Heller College of Business. The master's degree candidates are led by banner carrier Joseph McClure and Jonas Muselman, carrying the college's processional banner. The bachelor's degree candidates are led by banner carriers Maria Cedeno and Maria Magana, carrying the college's processional banner. Now entering the theater, members of the platform party, college deans, vice presidents, keynote and student speakers, University Senate Chair members, members of the Board of Trustees, the Provost, and the President of Roosevelt University. Please remain standing and join in the singing of our national anthem, led by Ben Harmon, MFA class of 2024.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant. And the rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Thank you, Ben. Please be seated. To all in the audience, we ask that you silence cell phones and other electronic devices as a courtesy to the graduates and those around you. Roosevelt University is positioned on the traditional unceded homelands of the Council of the Three Fires, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi. Many other tribes such as the Miami, Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Sac, and Fox also call this area home. Today, Chicago is home to one of the largest urban indigenous communities in the United States. With this land acknowledgement, the Roosevelt University community honors with gratitude this land and the indigenous people who have stewarded it through the generations. We recognize the indigenous people who laid the foundation for the city we inhabit, as well as the diverse indigenous nations that reside here today. We vow to do our part to right the historic wrongs of colonization, to support indigenous communities' struggles for self-determination, and to be better stewards of the land that we inhabit. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Andre Marek, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs.
Graduates, families, and friends, on behalf of the entire Roosevelt University community, it's my great pleasure to honor and to welcome you to Roosevelt's 163rd commencement ceremony. Graduates, we're all here today to recognize you and to celebrate your accomplishments. We're thrilled to be together in the Auditorium Theatre to commemorate this moment. As you look around the theater, you'll see the faces of the faculty members who nurtured you, mentored you, and supported you over the years. Your professors are just as grateful for what they have learned from you, your curiosity, your resilience, and your commitment to your beliefs. I ask that the Roosevelt University stand and be recognized. Graduates, thank you for contributing to Roosevelt University's history and tradition of excellence, and we look forward to hearing from you in the years to come. We take great pride in all of your future successes. It's also my pleasure today to introduce the members of the senior administration of Roosevelt University who are part of the platform party. I ask them to stand and be recognized. Also on the stage are members of Roosevelt's Board of Trustees. I ask them to stand and be recognized. And our honored degree recipient, Henry Louis Bailey III. Please stand and be recognized. And our student speaker, Mariah Roman. Please stand and be recognized. And now it is my honor to introduce Trustee Sharon Bush.
Good morning. Congratulations to the 2023 graduates of Roosevelt University. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, it's an absolute pleasure for me to congratulate all of you on your graduation day. We commend you on a job very well done. And I know firsthand the value of a Roosevelt degree that you just earned because I also am a graduate of the university. And like some of you, thanks, like some of you, I worked and I went to school as well. And I knew that my education at Roosevelt could take me far in work and life. My education, determination, and commitment opened doors for me. My Roosevelt degree helped me become a global citizen and business leader. And what I realized is that life is a continuous education, that you never stop learning. And I had to learn new cultures and new ways at looking at business and social problems. So, accept the challenges that life gives you, as your degree from Roosevelt is the best foundation you can have, and always keep learning. You have achieved something that will forever be part of who you are, a distinguished graduate of Roosevelt University. You will carry your socially conscious education with you for the rest of your life. And this is just the beginning. As a graduate of Roosevelt University, you are a role model for generations coming up behind you. We need your integrity, work ethic, empathy, and your vision to make our communities and our world a more equitable place. Every single person in this theater believes in you and the bright futures ahead of you. So congratulations and best of luck to each of you. So now, please welcome the president of Roosevelt University, Dr. Ali Malekzadeh.
Thank you, Trustee Bush. And good morning, everyone. That was so lame. Look at it this way, no more tuition payments. It works every time, doesn't it? Well, good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to Roosevelt University's 163rd commencement ceremony. It is a pleasure to welcome you and your family to this momentous occasion, one that all of you can be proud of. Today is a day of celebration. You have completed your courses, mastered a discipline, and soon will be conferred your degrees. In the face of formidable challenges, you have achieved so much. Today is a culmination of many hours of hard work, close friendships, and deep resourcefulness. Now, I believe that higher education is essential to achieving the American dream. Eleanor Roosevelt and her husband, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the namesakes of this university, also thought a great deal about the role that education plays in our nation and in the world. Eleanor Roosevelt said, I think of this college, I think if this college can send out people who are trained to a sense of responsibility, then I think we will have done a tremendous work for democracy at home and for a solution to the great world problems. She was also proud of religious, ethnic, racial, and economic diversity of Roosevelt University. She said, here in this great city, you have many, many races, many religions. And in Roosevelt College, these races and those religions will meet. They will work together, and it will be an example of what can be achieved by cooperation. Now, her words carry just as much weight today. Use what you have learned to devise bold solutions to today's problems and heal divided communities. Therefore, today is about you and what you have accomplished. Starting tomorrow, it is about your family, your community, and your responsibility as an educated citizen to improve our democracy. Now, I hope Eleanor Roosevelt's words about responsibility, diversity, cooperation inspire you as you go out into the world with your new degrees. I hope you're proud of the legacy of this university that values diversity, inclusion, and equity. And I know you will be proud alumni Roosevelt University. Graduates, congratulations. I look forward to shaking your hands as you walk across the stage in a few minutes. And now I ask Dean Ryan Petty to join me in introducing our honorary degree recipients.
Thank you, Dr. Malexade. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker today, Henry Louis Bailey. Henry Louis Bailey III was born in Washington, D.C. in 1938 and raised in Maywood, Illinois, before graduating from St. Philip Basilica High School in Chicago. He attended and graduated Roosevelt University in 1962 with a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology and Psychology. Later that year, Bailey was sworn into the United States Air Force to attend officer training school and commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Air Force that December. After duties in France and Okinawa, Captain Bailey was reassigned in 1968 to the 63rd Military Airlift Wing at Norton Air Force Base in California and to the C-141A Starlifter aircraft, where his mission was to fly Department of Defense missions anywhere to the west of the continental United States. In 1972, Captain Bailey was reassigned to Scott Air Force Base in Illinois to be the first Military Airlift Command's first race relations education officer. Captain Bailey rose to the education with the help of his background in sociology and psychology that he received here at Roosevelt. He produced a highly effective race relations education program based upon Department of Defense guidance and small group interaction concepts first explored by noted psychologist Carl Rogers. The MAC Social Action staff also produced a plan to integrate women into combat assignments, which eventually became the policy for the entire United States military establishment. Captain Bailey then obtained a PhD in business administration at St. Louis University. He assumed the rank of lieutenant colonel in 1978 after serving as a weapons system officer and squadron executive officer during a remote tour in Keflavik, Iceland. Also that year, Lieutenant Colonel Bailey ran the United States Air Force Race Relations Education Program, where he wrote the first USAF policy on sexual harassment. Retiring in 1982, he was a master navigator and weapons systems officer with more than 9,000 hours of flying time. He received many decorations and awards across his military career, including a Distinguished Flying Cross, a Meritorious Service Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, and an Air Medal with 13 oak leaf clusters. Henry Louis Bailey III, please join President Malexade and me at the podium. President Malexade, in recognition of his distinguished career in the military, I present Henry Louis Bailey III as candidate for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Henry Louis Bailey III, in recognition of these and other outstanding achievements, with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, it is a distinct honor to confer upon you the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Congratulations. Bend down a little bit.
To the members of the Board of Directors, President Malexade, members of the administrative staff and of the executive staff, to our outstanding faculty here at Roosevelt University, to the parents, family, and friends who have seen your students through here, and most particularly to the members of the graduating class of spring 2023, I bring you greetings and I thank you for this great honor and this opportunity to address our future Laker alumni. Many of you are under the impression today that the end of your educational process has arrived. Let me quickly dismiss that idea from your thoughts. Today is a very, very important milestone in your life, but it is hardly the end of your education. You'll be learning new things as long as you live, some by formal means, some by informal means, but you will need to learn new things to continue to survive. In my particular case, the most important lesson of my life I learned from my maternal grandfather, Aloysius Felix Sujet, when I was between 2.5 and 3 years old. Now, don't get the idea that the rest of my education was a waste. It certainly was not. But this established a very firm foundation that was a part of my life, you know. I ate breakfast with my grandfather every morning and before he went to work, and he would read the newspaper and tell me about things that were in there that he thought were of interest that I should know about. On this particular morning, he said, "What a shame. This young man never had a chance to develop his potential." I asked him what happened, and he told me that a young man in the neighborhood had been hit by a car and had been killed. But as you would expect from a very curious 2.5-year-old, I had a question for him. "Granddaddy, what is potential?" He answered, "It is the total of talents, gifts, and special abilities that God gives each individual. It or they are peculiar to that person and are revealed to him or her over time." My next question was, "Well then, what is my potential?" He told me, "I cannot answer that question for you, son, but God will reveal that to you when it is time. But this much I can tell you. Each of us is responsible for making the place where we are a better place when we leave it than it was when we got there. That means it has to be better for the whole community, not just for yourself." I have never forgotten those words. There's one more person who has influenced me that I would like to bring to your attention. Sir Winston Churchill. His father was Lord Randolph Churchill, a landed member of the British aristocracy who was devoted to conservative ways. His mother was Jeanette Jerome, an American woman who was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, and who valued making things better for others. His childhood really prepared him for his later life, but I am sure he had questions while he was going through it. After Britain had survived the Blitzkrieg and the bombing of London, Sir Winston was invited to give a commencement address at a college in Missouri. A young American journalist there asked him how had he kept up his spirits and how had he presented a confident face of leadership during those trying days. So Winston looked him directly in the eye and said, "Never, never, 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 never give up." Now, I hope you'll remember those two sayings, but right now I'm going to ask you to think back about your experiences in grammar school and high school. I can only speak for myself, but I was encouraged to do my best so that I could have a better life. Community responsibility was mentioned occasionally, but it was not a primary topic. What my grandfather had told me was reinforced more from my reading, because I enjoyed reading books by people that had accomplished things that helped other people. That all changed when I came to Roosevelt University. The very founding DNA of Roosevelt was a reminder to me of my grandfather's message on community responsibility. Dr. Edward J. Sparling, the founding president, had left Chicago YMCA College because they wanted to deny students admission based upon race, ethnicity, or religion. Over 80% of the faculty and over 80% of the students left with him. He took money from his own pocket to secure a charter from the state for the university. The name was chosen to honor Eleanor and Franklin Delano Roosevelt and their vision for America. The university building, the one we're standing in now, the Auditorium Theatre and Hotel, had been used by the War Department during World War II and was then available as excess property. The faculty was distinguished and had international roots, and they did not restrict the sharing of their knowledge to the classroom. The cafeteria was a hotbed of discussion across disciplines, and faculty would stop and participate during breaks between classes and during lunch breaks. The student body was truly diverse and also anxious to learn. We had many veterans returning from the war in the early classes. World War II is the war I'm talking about there. All the ingredients were there to make both Roosevelt as a university and its students better after they left than it was when they got here. The outstanding faculty and the administration were the glue that kept it in place and kept it improving. You may wonder how I found the sense of community responsibility in the military. Those who have never experienced that part of citizenship often do not understand it. Opportunities were everywhere. You just had to look. When I graduated from officer training school, my security clearance had not come through. It was because some persons in my neighborhood had raised concerns by the FBI. And you can't get a commission in any of the uniformed services until you have a security clearance. All of that had to be sorted out. This was initially, as you can imagine, a disappointment, but it turned into a great blessing. I was given a job with a seasoned headquarters squadron commander and first sergeant. I learned from them. Boy, did I learn from them. When my class of 715 was commissioned, it took the personnel squadron nearly 9 hours to finish their out processing. I asked the headquarters squadron commander to let me work on that problem, and he agreed. Told the first sergeant to introduce me to the people I needed to know so that they would accept me coming in, and they didn't know me. And we went, and by analyzing each job requirement with those responsible and looking at their ability to open additional queues, we developed and agreed upon a plan for the next class, which numbered 845, and was scheduled to graduate 6 weeks later. I wrote out the plan, briefed it, took any questions or suggestions, and when we were all in concurrence, I had each responsible party sign their agreement. 2 days before the out processing, we had a refresher. On the day of the out processing, we finished out processing those 845 newly commissioned officers in 45 minutes. Thank you. As a result, the basic training squadrons asked me to help them improve their process. And this was all before my own commission was approved. After I was commissioned, left there, I went through navigator training. I got my choice of aircraft, which was tactical airlift. I went first to Europe, North Africa, and Turkey. Was qualified to fly the Berlin corridors. Then I went to Central and South America, supported embassies and consulates down there, and then I got selected to go to Southeast Asia. When I went to Vietnam, my goal was to accomplish the mission and to keep as many soldiers and Marines as possible alive and well. Sometimes the circumstances were heartbreaking, but every success was an encouragement. Because many people were dedicated to that goal, the combat death statistics went down significantly from what they had been in World War II and Korea. In addition to that, tactics that we developed in Vietnam in terms of airdrop strategies, special forces insertions and extractions, short field takeoff and landings, flare and forward air control operations, and 0-0 operations. That means the weather is down to zero, you can't see. Were so valuable that the U.S. Air Force established a Special Operations Command at Hurlburt Field in Florida. It's still there today. After returning stateside, I found myself in a squadron that was responsible for moving atomic and hydrogen weapons. We had to have a human reliability program to ensure that any persons who handled those weapons were psychologically sound. That program was cited as one of the best in the entire United States Air Force, and classes were brought from the Air Force Human Reliability Officers Course to observe how it was administered to effectively protect our citizens. Those are just some of the highlights. I could continue, but you get the point. Anything can be accomplished if you are willing to do the work. As you prepare to move on, I leave you with these two sayings. First, make the world where you are a better place when you leave it than it was when you got there. And second, never, 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 never give up. I'll add one more tip that I've applied throughout my life. Always ask God to help you, and you cannot go wrong. I thank you for the privilege. Thank you. Thank you. I thank you for the privilege of addressing the graduating class of spring 2023. President Melexida, you have Lakers who are ready to become alumni. I return the proceedings to your very capable hands. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bailey. Let's give him another round of applause, please. Now I'd like to introduce our student speaker today, Maria Roman. Maria will be graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration with summa cum laude and Franklin honors. Maria has made significant contributions to the campus community as the founder and president of the International Student Organization, ISO, fostering an inclusive community and providing a platform for students from diverse backgrounds. Her passion for her homeland of Ukraine led her to organize a charity concert in unison for Ukraine at Roosevelt University. With her passion for international relations and leadership skills, Maria has contributed to the university community, and she's excited to take on new challenges and make a positive impact on the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Maria Roman.
Dear Roosevelt University faculty, staff, Board of Trustees, fellow graduates, and families and friends gathered here today to celebrate our achievements. It is an honor to stand before you as a graduate of Roosevelt University. We have all worked incredibly hard to get to this moment, and I want to extend my warmest congratulations to my fellow graduates. As a Ukrainian, I stand before you on this momentous occasion while my country is fighting for its freedom and sovereignty. Despite unexpected challenges during my college journey, nothing compares to the bravery of my fellow Ukrainians who have risked everything to stand up for our rights and values. Sometimes it is easy for us to take for granted the fundamental values of freedom, democracy, and human rights. These are not just important to Ukraine, but to the entire world. In these difficult times, I'm grateful for the support I found both in and out of the classroom here at Roosevelt University. During spring of 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine, one of my professors provided a classroom environment that allowed me to forget for a brief moment the harsh realities of the war surrounding me. All my professors understood my struggles, but also inspired and motivated me to continue my education so I can contribute to the brighter future for Ukraine. Likewise, many of you have faced unique challenges on your academic journey, whether it was balancing work and school, overcoming financial barriers, or dealing with the personal struggles. Despite those challenges, we are all here today. Each of you can achieve anything you set your mind to, and you are not alone in this journey. You have a community of people who believe in you and want to see you succeed. Remember the values that this country was built on: freedom, equality, and justice, and strive to uphold them every day. To my fellow graduates, each of you have a power to achieve and make a difference in this world. You have the power to fight for what is right and just. We have the power to break down barriers and build bridges. So let us go forth with the confidence, compassion, and conviction, knowing that the world is waiting for us to make our mark. Let us celebrate this momentous occasion and look forward for a bright future ahead of us. Congratulations, class of 2023. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, for your thoughtful and generous remarks and for being with us here today. And now's the moment for which we have come together, the conferring of earned degrees upon Roosevelt University class of 2023. In keeping with the significance of this occasion and out of respect for your classmates, we ask that you return to your seats after receiving your degrees and remain until the ceremony ends. And keep up the good spirit. I would now like to introduce Dean Dr. Kelly Wentz-Hunter, who will present the candidates receiving master's degrees from the College of Education. Names of the candidates will be read by Erin McKinney and Peggy Burnett-Wise.
I now present the candidates receiving master's degrees from the College of Education. Candidates, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your degrees. President Melexide, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Education, it is my pleasure to present the following candidates for their master's degrees.
Dean Wentz Hunter, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Education, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these worthy candidates their master's degrees. Congratulations. We're going to come back tomorrow and do this?
Connie Kim.
Angel Morales.
Amber Astroth.
Michael Ayeli.
Raven Ayeli.
Aina Baraban. Ana Babran. Barran.
Luis Barahona.
Allison Bell.
Angela Belancha. Ramadou Bond.
Kalilan Bruton.
Caitlin Burns.
Kelly Butler.
Richard Childs.
Guadalupe Cortez.
Stephanie Covarrubias.
Christina Crane.
Leonardo Cuellar Cuayas.
Angel Cueva.
Keaka Davis.
Reginald Davis.
Karina De Casas.
Aaron Dembowski.
Rebecca Dembowski.
Kimberly Epps.
Rosa Espinosa. Rosa Espino.
Yolanda Flowers.
Elizabeth Galan.
Letitia Gavina. Kayi Gilkey.
Carissa Givens. Luciette Gonzalez.
Yesenia Guaman.
Marisol Guzman.
Abby Hayron.
Guadalupe Hernandez.
Ronnie Hindi.
Garrett Hill. Karen Preet Hundle.
Clarissa Ingram.
Caitlin Johnson.
Sarah Johnson.
Bryson Jones.
Madeline Comfer.
Sana Kareem.
Danielle Lowens.
Anna Lopez.
Aura Lopez.
Yesenia Macias.
Yesenia Maldonado.
Selene Medina.
Michelle Millan.
Vanessa Drew.
Iris Whitaker.
Valerie Hines.
Daisy Delgado Torres.
Edith Wezar.
Antoinette Dabney Wooten. Kanita Irvin.
Evelyn Albright.
Jasmine Godfrey.
Tanisha Hartzell.
Willisa Davis.
Darian Hill.
Kimberly Hudson.
Stephanie Mangan.
Celeste Manriquez.
Silma Matos Ortiz.
Dennis McCardle.
Kylie Meir.
Brittany Miller.
Emilio Mosso. Resilda Noon. Alba Orizaba Correan.
Rosa Ortiz.
Brian Pelletier.
Amy Ransdell.
Martha Renteria.
Martha Reza.
Sarah Robles.
Nareda Rodriguez.
Sharonda Roston.
Avery Rush Elias.
Taylor Rushlow.
Angelia Salgado.
Tiana Sanders.
Hannah Schultz.
Courtney Sangstock. Luz Serrano.
Krishna Shah.
Juan Silva.
Ionella Stroh.
Jean Tapia.
Allison Van Hill.
Luke Vidovic. Yasmin Villaseñor.
Omuli Waepul. Emily Waypool.
Maxine Weinman.
Stacy Solano.
Miguel Rojano.
Yep, I know.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for my turn.
I would now again like to introduce Dean Kelly Wentz Hunter, who will present the candidates receiving master's degrees from the College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy. The names of the candidates will be read by Susan Weiner and Dr. Kelsey Polson Elistad.
I now present the candidates receiving master's degrees from the College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy. Candidates, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your degrees. President-elect today, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy, it is my pleasure to present the following candidates for their master's degrees.
Dean Wentz Hunter, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these worthy candidates their master's degrees. Congratulations.
Shadi Hassan. Salume Osakwe. Kayan Abdu. Amani Alia. Juan Ablocious. Angelica Castro. Melissa Shepress. Kendrick Chong. Christine Chukwasha. Hulan Ganzorig. Dina Jaber. Jalissa Maya. Delan Nana Kaylee. Nana Kaylai. Jessica Ahon Sanchez. Jasmine Ramirez. Ethan Schmidt. Kennedy Smith. Olivia Stelter. Aubrey Vistal. Christine Kristen. Oh. Audrey Kaminsky Morris. Sonia Lopez. Jamie Matute. Shalinki Naira. Eunice Foster.
I would now like to introduce Dean Ryan Petty, who will present the candidates receiving master's degrees from the Walter E. Heller College of Business. The names of the candidates will be read by Jane Wendorf Krapps and Colette English Dixon.
President-elect today, I now present candidates receiving master's degrees from the Walter E. Heller College of Business. Candidates, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your degrees. President-elect today, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Walter E. Heller College of Business, it is my pleasure to present the following candidates for their master's degrees.
Dean Petty, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Walter E. Heller College of Business, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these worthy candidates their master's degrees. Congratulations.
Joseph McClure.
Jonas Muselman.
Aaron Bell.
Priscilla Membrino.
Lateria Coates.
Taylor Pettiford.
Renee Sanders.
Nona Jenkins.
Alicia Ware.
Alexander Osborne.
Kendall Benton.
Christina Coleman.
McKaylee Davis.
Shivangini Patel.
Juliana Escutia.
Megan King.
Samaj Lachey.
Jesus Loera.
Tarquin Mackey.
Jeffra Martinez.
Tina Wen.
Amy Nell Scurry Durosine.
Nicole Zalewski. Angela Asmitia. Sean Gregoire. Catherine Huey. Tyler Hansen. Patrick Sinwelski.
Alex Aravallo.
Sandos Assad.
Zaina Al Sayed.
Lucas Garcia Bennett.
McKenna Emerson.
Elizabeth Guzman. Asfa Mohammed Habilus Hassan.
Jacob Hertzman.
Robert Holzemeyer.
Dagan Johnson.
Ishmael Jimenez.
Fariel Joseph.
McConan Cadane. Ariel Edie Kennard.
Bernadette Lynch McGinnister.
Brenda Macias.
Niraj Melasiri.
Karen Manampan.
Mirabelle Mateos.
Ana Majana. Majana? I don't know.
Leticia Martinez.
Levi Montilla. Lisa Munoz. Joelle Murphy.
Jocelyn Nelson.
Joseph Aswin.
Francisco Rodriguez.
Andrea Romo.
Basharat Shah.
Komal Shah.
Jose Terrazas.
Tren Tron.
Violet Villarreal.
It's now time to present the candidates receiving bachelor's degrees. Students, at the end of the ceremony, we'll have a special time to turn your tassels, but not yet. No todavía, no? For now, they should be on your right-hand side of your mortarboard. Once again, out of respect for your fellow graduates, please return to your seats after receiving your degrees and remain till the end of the ceremony. We'll begin with the bachelor's degrees candidates from Walter E. Heller College of Business.
Walter E. Heller College of Business students, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your bachelor's degrees. President Melexide, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Walter E. Heller College of Business, it is my pleasure to present the following candidates for their bachelor's degrees.
Dean Petty, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Walter E. Heller College of Business, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these worthy candidates their bachelor degrees. But first, we want to recognize two students who unfortunately are no longer with us, who were both pursuing bachelor degrees. Here to accept, on behalf of Christopher Wardlow, a student in the College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy, receiving a bachelor's degree, is his wife, Jasmine Wardlow. Next, here to accept on behalf of Deonta Moore, student in the College of Arts and Sciences, receiving his bachelor's degree, is his mother, Kina Moon. Congratulations.
Maria Sedno.
Maria Julissa Mañana.
Sabrina Bernal.
Diego Blanco. Cooper Bloom.
Carlos Bravo.
Ravion Booker.
Courtney Brothers.
Imani Britman.
Klajdi Bala.
Kristen Cardone.
Zach Carlson.
Jamil Chester.
Joseph Claffey.
Killian Coonan.
Jordan Krakenberger.
Ariana Davila. Adriana. Excuse me,
Adriana Davila.
Sorry.
Corina Dabney.
Lahoma Dennis.
Mayeo Diaz.
Filobio Doci.
Maite Duran.
Mario Ferreira.
Gerardo Flores.
Gerardo Flores.
Omar Flores.
Diana Galvin.
Alejandro Gutierrez. Caden Hessler. Rhonda Humphrey Vinclia.
Shane John.
Kayvon Johnson.
Nicholas Klein.
Corrine Kopsky.
Adam Kazuini.
Nicholas Kotz.
Muhammad Atik.
Elias de la Serra.
Gerald Doherty.
Armando Rosales.
Marilyn Torres Carazana.
Andrea Melody Perez.
Alexis Alvarado.
Guadalupe Belleza.
Ruby Castro Davila.
Leroy Gomez.
Cecilia Marungo.
Sergio Rodriguez.
Lauren Armour.
Marian Ahmed.
Samantha Rubistini.
Melissa Frugoli.
Jasmine Galindo.
Tazaya Gerald.
Samantha Goff.
Ryan Hanley.
Kiana Hart.
Amreen Hussein.
Florentina Gianu.
Joel Johnson.
Alyssa Keller.
Alexander Lebowski.
Jasmine Mendoza.
Robert Schaefer.
Sydney Storino.
Donovan Swanson.
Santino Torres.
Shannon Zukowski.
Christy Tundarak.
Jackson Torkelson.
Zachary Uri.
Andrew Werniak. Maria Zara.
Benjamin Zalapi.
Ayomide Ajiboye.
Mark Alvarado.
Alexis Ayala. Yusuf Alhiti.
Latifa Abu Humal. Absolutely.
Abu Hamda.
Abu Hamda, excuse me, thank you.
Eduardo Alcantara.
Olga Adamovich.
Nicole Lynn.
Kwaquilu.
Miracle McDonald.
David Martinez.
Yamile Madrigal.
Ahmed Madhi. He's mine. Trace McGuire.
Freddie Morales.
Francis Moore.
Tina Mouche.
Justice Mouton.
Joseph Montesano.
Jessica Munoz.
Selena Nguyen. Jordan Nieves.
Lucas Palma.
Conrad Para.
Nicholas Pavier.
Leslie Perez Solis.
D'Angelo Perry. Emma Pearson.
Jalen Preston.
Benjamin Storm.
Amber Smith.
Lauren Sims. Samuel Severa.
Thomas Shorak.
Leslie Santiago Royan.
Javier Sanchez Jr.
Dylan Reynolds.
Maria Rivera.
Nick Ross.
Daniel Ronaldo.
Marlena Odisho. Maria Roman. Right.
College of Education students, please rise. I think they're excited. Please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your degrees. President Melexide, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Education, it is my pleasure to present the following candidates for their bachelor's degrees.
Dean Wentz Hunter, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Education, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these worthy candidates their bachelor's degrees. Congratulations.
Erica Cote.
Rachel Duran.
Sinead Abarca.
Fabiana Acosta.
Deja Anderson.
Edgar Barban.
Vito Calasse.
Claudia Camacho Delgado.
Naomi Castillo.
Miriam Buffetta.
Marisol Cortez.
Michelle Cruz. Kina Cummings.
Priscilla Diaz.
Carneja Drain. Carneja Kanisha Drain.
Crystal Fernandez.
Marta Flores.
Tracy Gills Reese.
Jessica Gonzalez.
Zita Guzik. Isela Hernandez.
Brianna Enosa. Pamela Hodge.
Olivia Holian.
Michelle Houston.
Angelica Jarecki. Gail Jordan.
Tracy Justice.
Megan Killian.
Ashlyn Kitter.
Alejandro Lehun. Alejandra Lehun.
Ashley Lindeman.
Kevin Lopez.
Sandy Lewin.
Irma Martinez.
Lucia Martinez.
Amanda Martino.
Catherine Meyer.
Andrea Mora.
Cassandra Morales.
Hilda Moreno.
Megan Neerman.
Wilmar Partida.
Myra Perea.
Norma Perez.
Freedom Canoyes.
Elisabetta Ricciardi.
Jasmine Rodriguez. Jayla Rounds.
Chloe Service.
Rodolfo Sota.
April Sykes.
Sabrina Triconi.
Jasmine Tapia. Monica Urabe Prado.
Tambria Walker.
Ashley Walker.
Tiaka Weathersby. Jasma Williams.
Amber Weinmiller.
Paula Zamora.
College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy students, please rise and proceed to the stage to receive your degree. President Melexide, upon the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy, it is my pleasure to present the following candidates for their bachelor's degrees.
Dean Wentz Hunter, upon the recommendation of the Faculty of College of Science, Health, and Pharmacy, and with the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon these worthy candidates their bachelor's degrees. Congratulations.
Grace Hahn. Rachel Vinson.
Marilyn Calderon.
Musa Abdeljabbar.
Reina Alanis.
Edith Avila.
Trayshawn Bishop.
Yasmin Rumen Bieto.
Charlie Brown.
Selena Bush.
Giuliano Kane.
Daniel Callahan.
Juanita Carrera.
Kiara Coleman.
She might advise you. Henry Danaher.
Liliana Estrada.
Karen Fajardo.
Sierra Garrett.
Jesus Gomez.
Jessica Gonzalez Mateas.
Mario Graciano.
Yusra Iftekai.
Victoria Jaimes.
Vanessa Osama Jalal.
Patrick Kebler.
Amber Misowick.
Evelyn Murrieta.
Stephanie Ortega.
Celicia Pope.
Pari Patel.
Yomara Span.
Iram Saida.
Irene Taylor James.
Sarah Tudor.
Tehran Washington.
Antonio Alam.
Carmen Barnes.
Jacob Cohen.
Drew Gonzalez.
Alfredo Guzman.
Selena Hung.
Catherine Leva.
Jayla Tharani Manivanan.
Gia Mayoral.
Emily Morgan,
Mimoy,
Mohammed Najme,
Morgan Nemchik,
Alyssa Etchins,
Kennedy O'Connor,
Leslie Ocampo,
Isabel Ornelas,
Daisy Ortiz,
Jalen Pascasio,
Dhruva Patel,
Divya Poladasa,
Leslie Reyes,
Inas Salim,
Jakaria Smith,
Isaac Sosa,
Aaron Taylor,
Sony Thomas,
Sean Van Horn,
Emily Wilgus,
Armella Zanelli,
Hannah Ardiyemi,
Alexandria Gonzalez,
Jory Metri Griffith,
Callie Jang,
Mim Kabwe Mosulu,
Maimo Kabwe Mazulo,
Andrew Karula,
Cyan Knox,
Carolina Loriano,
Courtney Liberty,
Sandra Yangari,
Aldolfo Lopez Jr.,
Leandra Muller,
Veronica Nunez,
Marcel Ono Awagle,
Yasmin Rojas,
Scott Poppin,
Hannah Yunal,
Brittany Willie,
Jennifer Zaucha,
Tony Willis,
Well, that was a nice practice run for tomorrow's graduation. Well, please join me in another round of applause for our graduates. Now, before we go to the symbolic flipping of tassels by the undergraduates, and I know that's what you're waiting for, allow me to make a few requests. Would all of you who are the first person in your family to receive the level of degree you are receiving today, please stand. Okay. Please be seated. Would all the honors students please stand? Would all the students who are veterans or have a veteran in your family please stand? Would all international students please stand? Now, would the alumni of Roosevelt University who are in the audience please stand? And speaking of alumni, graduates, you are now members of the Roosevelt University Alumni Association. Be sure to keep your information updated at roosevelt.edu to receive updates on university news, events, and to receive the digital edition of Roosevelt Review. Now, in closing, let us not forget our commitment to serve one another and embrace our mission of social justice and inclusion. As you go forth, remember to lean on the strength of your diverse and talented network here in this theater. Together, we can help us build a more just society. So my sincerest congratulations to you and your family on this joyous day. I now turn over the mic to the one and only, the voice of Roosevelt University, Mike Cassidy.
Thank you, President Melexide. My name is Mike Cassidy. I am the Vice President of Athletics and Student Athlete Success here at Roosevelt. Before we go today, let's give a big round of applause to recognize our outstanding musicians performing today from the Chicago College of Performing Arts Orchestra, conducted by Dr. Andrizzi. Our ceremony will conclude with the turning of the tassels and the singing of Roosevelt's alma mater. We ask that all guests stay at their seats until after the platform party, faculty, and graduates have left the theater. Immediately following this ceremony, we invite all graduates and their families to proceed to the Feynman Lounge located in our auditorium building on the Michigan Avenue side to take pictures with President Melexide. Everyone must exit the theater promptly after today's ceremony. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. I would like all of our undergraduate students to stand and join me as I lead you in transferring your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left side, which signifies your graduation and earned degree. Would all of my undergraduates rise? Now, this is going to be a ceremony in two parts. The first part is going to be the quiet part. Because someone once told me, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it. For undergraduates, this is one of those moments. Don't miss it. Take a minute. Embrace the quiet. Find the joy in this moment. Now, for the loud part. That's right, this is where we turn it up to 11. Perhaps you missed your moment earlier. When your loved one walked across the stage, you wished you had embraced the moment and cheered loud. Perhaps you were hesitant in that moment to scream, "Way to go! Way to go! Way to go!" Perhaps you thought maybe this isn't the right time to use that artificial noisemaker I brought into the facility. Now is that time. I want the Auditorium Theatre to get as loud as it can possibly get. Let's turn it up to 11. My undergraduates, now turn your tassels from the right side to the left side. And by the power invested in me, I now pronounce you Lakers for life. Congratulations once again to the class of 2023. You may be seated. As we conclude our ceremony, please join us in the singing of the Roosevelt Alma Mater, led by Rebecca McTaggart. Ladies and gentlemen, Rebecca McTaggart.
To be what we dream takes courage to start. In all that we are, we lead from our heart with goals for our future. We learn from our past with honor and courage. Our freedom will last. Roosevelt University, oh tower of light. Roosevelt University, our power, our might. Knowledge, diversity,